Hi, welcome back. It's part 2. So anyway, let me just get back into it, right? So he ended up coming. If you haven't seen part 1, go to my channel, blah, 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 blah. All right, so anyway, so he ended up coming over. I ended up going into his car, and I was just like, okay, hey, like, what's going on? And we ended up talking like for like hours, I think. And he's like, I really like you and I really want to see you again. And I was just kind of skeptical. I was like, oh, I don't know, she's my friend, and you're supposed to be like her thing or whatever. And he's like, oh, but she treats me so bad, and she probably has other guys and things like that. And like, you don't really have to, we can just talk. I just really like your company or whatever. So I ended up kind of getting like saying, okay, fine. And we went, and we just started talking, and we did that like a couple of times until we ended up going, and we ended up having sex in his car. One of these times we were just hanging out, chilling, and we ended up doing it in his car. So that started my thing with him. And after that, he was like, kind of came to me and was like, I have a little bit of kinky stuff that I like. He's like, I like eating booty. I don't know why I said booty. He like eating ass, okay? He's like, I like eating pussy, I like eating ass, I like eating, I like, using toys, I like restraints. He told me little things like that he was like, I like. And I was like, oh, cool, I'm interested. Like, tell me more. I've never heard of this or whatever. So he kind of introduced me into his little kinky world or whatever. And we ended up started to have sex kind of regularly. And it turned into a DS relationship. So if you guys don't know, DS relationship is a dominant submissive relationship. And he was the dom, and I was the submissive one. I never knew what that meant before. I think I was into this BDSM lifestyle beforehand though, but I just didn't know what it was called. I didn't know what it was or anything. So it was nice to be informed and things like that. He is the first guy to make me have an orgasm. And my orgasm is squirty McSquirt. So I was kind of like embarrassed. But he made me feel good. I'm gonna make that a sub. I'll make it a sub video. That's what I'm gonna do. But anyway, I just liked, I liked him. I liked the sex. He was older. I was 17. He was like 45. He actually had a daughter the same age as me. And I really liked it because he started like kind of controlling my life. But that's what the BDSM type thing was that he liked. So he would what he would do. So it started off little. He would text me and I would text him, and then all of a sudden, if I like missed a text, like I didn't text him good morning or I didn't text him good night, he would get mad. He was like, oh, I need you to text me good morning as soon as you wake up, and I need you to text me right before you go to bed. And I was like, okay, might as well. I don't got nothing else to do. Like, in my head, I'm like, I was probably still up, and I was just like, I'm not gonna say goodnight. Like, I'm gonna pretend like I fell asleep, or, you know, like, because you don't want to seem needy. That was like the thing in your head when you were like young or whatever. I don't know if people still think that or whatever, but yeah. And so that's what I thought. Like, I don't want to be needy, so I'm like, I'm not gonna text him all the time. But he nipped that shit in the bud. He was like, nope, I need you to text me as soon as you wake up, and I need you to text me right before you go to bed. Like, seriously, every day. And I was like, okay, sure. So that's how it started. Little like that. And then a couple days passed, and then I'll text him good morning, and he was like, oh, what are you gonna wear today? And I was like, he's like, oh, show me what you're gonna wear. And I'm like, okay, I'll show you. And that was good for like a couple days. And then one time I picked an outfit that he just did not like, and he was like, no, I don't like it, go pick something else. And at first I was like, what? And then he's like, yeah, I don't approve, pick something else. I was like, okay, how about this one? And he's like, yeah, that one's better, I like that one. And then he told me, he was like, I want you, he'd ask, he was like, before he used to ask, like, oh, what are you wearing today? Oh, what are you wearing today? And then after that incident, he was like, I need you to, when you text me good morning, I need you to text me a picture of what you're planning on wearing, and I'll approve of it or not. I was like, okay, that's fine. And I liked it. I was just like, oh, I have to get nice clothes, and I can't be looking baggedy because he's gonna have to approve of it. And I started like really, really liking that. I was just like, oh, okay, yes, I wonder if he's gonna like this outfit and this one and all of this stuff. And that's the next thing that he kind of took over. And so I was doing that. I was texting him good morning, I was texting him good night, I was texting him pictures of what I was wearing. And then one day, I usually tend to skip meals sometimes, and that's just something I still do. Like, I skip meals. Like, it's not like anything like crazy or whatever, but I used to skip meals. But again, like, I have bulimia, so like, you know, it's kind of crazy. But I don't think he knew that. No, maybe he did. I maybe had a conversation with him like I have an eating disorder, like whatever. But anyway, one day he texted me, and he was like, oh, one time after I texted him good morning and showed him a picture of what I was gonna wear, he's like, oh, did you have breakfast yet? And I said, no, I don't really eat breakfast. And he's like, you need to start eating breakfast. That's not good, Vanessa. Like, you need to eat breakfast. And I'm like, what? And I'm like, okay, whatever. And then after that, he would text me. He was like, did you eat your breakfast this morning? And if I say yes, he's like, okay, good. Like, good girl. Like, you ate breakfast. And if I said, no, I didn't eat it yet, I was too late, or I ran too late, or whatever, he would get like upset. He's like, you really need to eat breakfast. It's a meal for you. You're getting up early. You need to have something in your stomach or whatever. And I was like, well, okay, you know. So then that added on, and the next thing that he added on was what was it? Oh, so after that, he would start reminding me to eat all my meals. After just breakfast, he would go and he was like, oh, when's your lunch period? And I would tell him like, oh, it's like 6 period or whatever. That's at like 2 o'clock, you know, whatever time it was. And every day at that time, he would text me and he's like, what are you eating for lunch? And I would tell him, I'd be like, oh, pizza or this or whatever. So I really like that. But this is gonna be, I'm gonna continue it in part 3. So stay tuned, guys. Peace.